Good evening. Welcome in daily UPSC editorial audio program. Reserved and wrong. Reserved and wrong. The Times of India. A distinct right. The Hindu. Now the full editorial. Reserved and wrong. The Times of India. CJI rightly calls out High Court judges who waste judicial time by delaying judgments. Will it have an impact? It is not the first time a CGI has attempted to fix a major reason that contributes to case pendency. This the practice of reserving judgments for months beyond stipulated periods, where judges put off announcing their decisions long after hearings are over. This delay is entirely on the judge passing the buck. Yet Chanchur's initiative of seeking details from all high courts of cases awaiting verdicts for over 3 months had an unforeseen fallout. CJI said several judges has hurriedly released cases for fresh hearings. This means the entire process must start from scratch. A massive setback, and not just financially, for those who move court. Judges are burdening litigants. It simply avoid their inefficiency getting marked. CJI called it a waste of judicial time, demanding for principles of judicial efficacy and speedy justice, as if the egregious practice of inordinate delays wasn't bad enough. Judges trying to dodge CGI's initiative were being deceitful at the workplace. Not for nothing are questions raised on judicial probity. Time frames included. CRPC says judgments must be given either immediately after termination of trial, or at some subsequent time for criminal cases. Supreme Court in 2001 interpreted CRPC at some subsequent time as a maximum of 6 weeks and no more, no matter the case. Detailed guidelines were issued, including maintaining a register of dates of when a judgment was reserved and when a verdict was finally pronounced. Supreme Court sought High Court Chief Justices should review monthly list of such cases and nudge benches involved. Rules also exist to send cases to a fresh bench in the event of inordinate delay. A rule judges exploit India's new criminal code BNSS that replaces CRPC later this year provides a timeline for judges to pronounce verdicts. Shall give its verdict within the period of 30 days, expendable up to 45 days. Are high courts listening? Arriving at a judgment is an intense exercise. Far too many are so shortly written that they are but a garble of words. CGI repeatedly urges judges to write simply. Too often, even the reasoning for decisions is missing from verdicts. At the very least, litigants should understand weightage a judge gave arguments, how and why she arrived at decisions. But when verdicts are so delayed, as Chandrachud said, quality of judgments is sacrificed. Or oral arguments no longer remains fresh in the judicial mind. Yes, CGI is earlier to have called out delays, but rarely has one pointed out how judges were bending the rules. Will it have any impact? A distinct right, The Hindu. right to be free of climate change effects comes amid a conservation dilemma. In recognizing the right to be free of the adverse effect of climate change as a distinct fundamental right, the Supreme Court of India has advanced the case for a healthy environment and sustainable development. The Apex Court had long ago recognized the right to live in a clean environment as part of the right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution. However, the court has now reasoned that the right to be protected from climate change and the right to a wholesome environment are two sides of the same coin. And given the increasing threat from climate change year after year, the time has come to treat the former as a distinct right. It has explained It has explained how the vagaries of climate change have an adverse impact on life through factors ranging from rising temperatures, storms, and droughts to food shortages due to crop failure and shifts in vector-borne diseases. If environmental degradation and climate change lead to acute shortage of food and water, the right to equality will also be violated, as the poorer underserved communities will not be able to cope with the adversity. The court's emphasis on climate change came in a case that pitted the concern over multiple deaths of the Great Indian Bustard due to solar power transmission lines against India's international obligation to meet its emission reduction and increase its energy capacity through non-fossil fuel sources. The context is a conundrum peculiar to some parts of the country. The bench was faced with a plea by three union ministries, environment, power, and new and renewable energy, seeking modification of the court's April 2021 order that sought to protect the critically endangered Great Indian Bustard from being killed in coalition with the power transmission lines put up by solar energy companies in Rajasthan and Gujarat. The earlier order has directed that all low voltage power lines in both priority where the bird is known to live and potential where conservation efforts are going on areas be laid underground and existing overhead lines converted to underground lines. It has also directed that high voltage lines in identified areas be shifted below the ground. The modification was shot as a conversion to underground lines was technically not possible and too expensive, and the renewable energy sector was adversely affected by the order, especially because of the area has considerable solar and wind energy potential. The court has now asked an expert committee to decide on the extent of underground and overground lines and recalled its earlier orders. It is unfortunate that the goal of reducing the country's carbon footprint and the need to protect a critically endangered species are at odds with each other. The sooner a solution is found, the better. Thank you.